Hi everybody. Today I'm going to show you a tutorial of how to get into the internals of the KWA MP7, and I'm going to change the hop-up bucking, but this can also be used to change your inner barrel. So your first step is you're going to want to take out the pins up here. And you'll want to set those aside. Then you're going to remove the stock and the bolt assembly. Okay, now when you get to this point, what you're going to want to do is above the fire selector switch on the opposite side, I'm going to try and find it. There's this little tiny Allen keyhole right there, and I believe it is a 0.89 millimeter Allen key. It's kind of hard to find. I actually just went on KWA's website and ordered one. But you're going to want to unscrew that, which will allow you to remove this and pop out the other side. So let's go do that real quick. So as you can see, it's started to come out just a little bit, and you don't want to unscrew it too much or else it'll come all the way out and it'll lose that. That would be awful. But try and wiggle it off. If it's not enough, just keep twisting a little bit. Alright, there we go. As you can see, there's a little screw that's come out on top, and just set that over on the side. Make sure you don't lose it, and then you're just going to push the other part out so that it comes out on this side. Alright, next there's a little pin right here right here that you're going to want to pop out from the trigger assembly. Right there. So I'm going to take a slightly bigger Allen key and do that. Okay, so you're going to have it with the bolt open this way, and then I'm going to take an Allen key, put it right there, and then use the butt end of this screwdriver to get it out. One thing to note is that there's these tiny little serrations on this, and that's preventing you from punching it the opposite way, so just make sure that you do it the correct way. Otherwise the pin won't actually come out. Alright, there's that. Okay, next, the little bolt release, bolt catch thing, whatever it's called. There's another Allen keyhole right there. Uses the same tiny little Allen key that we used earlier for the trigger. For the fire selector. I'm gonna put it in there and unscrew. Alright, there it is. And we're just going to pop out the other side just like we did earlier. Voila. Oh, one thing to do, actually, I forgot to. You're going to want to take the trigger out as well. So you just kind of pull forward on it. I'm trying to show it as best I can. Kind of have to push it forward and then down and it'll come out. So here you go. Okay, so once you've removed the fire selector switch, the trigger pin and the trigger, and the bolt catch release, you're going to kind of try and shake the gun a little bit, and the bolt assembly, or the inner workings of this gun, I don't know what to call them, the internals are going to start to slide out. Alright, you see how this end is coming out? Just little by little, I'm going to slide it out. There you go. Okay, once you get to this point, you can see it's kind of oily in there. You might see there's this little spring thing, I'm not really sure. You're going to want to take some tape. This will help you later. I don't really have actual tape, but I have some plumber's stuff. And you're going to kind of wrap it around there. Otherwise that will try and fall off, and you don't want that to happen. It'll be a pain. So, as you can see, we can put the whole body apart. Set it up. Alright guys, once you get to this point, you're going to want to turn this little assembly over, and there's an Allen key hole right here. Let's get that, okay. And it uses a 1.5 millimeter Allen key, so I'm gonna loosen it up. Alright, I already have it exposed, but there's a little Allen key right here, also where the hop up is, and in order to expose that, yours might not be showing like mine is. You just twist up here, you go with your little hop up adjustment until you expose it. So yours might be somewhere like that. Just take your little hop up adjustment tool or whatever you can and twist this until you expose it. Okay, and use that same Allen key. Here, just for good measure, I'm going to go twist it all the way. Okay. See right there? Okay, once you get those kind of loosened, there's also a pin right here that you need to pop out. See it coming out there. Set it aside. Well, we didn't lose them somehow, but catastrophe. Anyway, you see how this thing is trying to come out now? Luckily, we have our little tape there to save us. So, alright, hopefully you don't mess up as bad as I did. But thank goodness we didn't lose anything. So what you want to do at this point is kind of pop this off. See it coming loose there. I'm going to try not to lose anything else. Well, just be careful when you loosen that. Everything likes to pop out. But it's alright. So here we have that little twisty knob where we saw the Allen key in earlier. Here, let's see. This is, I believe, the nub that pushes down onto the hop-up bucking. It goes with this. So just as long as you have all these parts, the spring and the little nub, twisty thing, you're doing good. Just note that the reason that all those kind of came out is because when you take this out, or you twist the hop up, all those like to pop out. So you also have this little part that came out in the front. Which goes right up in there. Alright. So as long as you have all those parts, you're safe. Okay, so once you had all that popped out, sorry, I kind of didn't show you, but you just gently tug on this, kind of twist it, and it'll eventually pop out. Now, something to note, if you can see, there's just a ton of oil or grease or whatever surrounding this hop-up bucking. And apparently, these buckings are notorious for soaking all that up and swelling. And so what will happen is that the BB will get just stuck there when you try and fire, nothing will come out. And that's been my problem. So that's why I wanted to do this in the first place. And usually if you replace it with a non-stock one, it'll kind of solve the problem. So I'm going to first of all clean some of this stuff up, and then I'll change the bucking.